Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Trades Chat with me, your host, Pop. Well, this is your industrial stream, the most industrial you'll see on a Tuesday night. And if you're new here, we go through some of the skilled trades, what it means to be in them, and what to expect, what it's like. We'll go over some news. I'll go over some articles on what's going on in the world today with the skilled trades, and then we'll have some pictures, videos, all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you're ready to come along for the ride. But before we get to the news here, I just want to say hello to you, DJ Ronnie G. What's up, DJ? You on your way home now? I know you're usually off work by now and you're heading home. All right, let's get to the news, courtesy of Plant Magazine. There it is. Just looking at a few of these news items here. Trump signs executive orders to give automobile industry some tariff relief. I mean, it just makes sense after all that has been going on here with those tariffs. Oh, you just sat down for dinner. Well, there you go. Have yourself a tasty dinner. And I'm always glad to have you along. U.S. President Donald Trump signed executive orders Tuesday that he said will give some temporary relief to an automotive industry besieged by multiple tariffs that have caused anxiety and concern throughout the deeply integrated North American market. We just wanted to help them endure this little transition short term. If they can't get parts, it has to do with a very small percentage. If they can't get parts, we didn't want to penalize them, Trump told reporters at the White House. An official at the Commerce Department said in a call with reporters Tuesday that the administration will offer automakers that finish their vehicles in the U.S. a rebate on imported auto parts that is equal to 15% of the vehicle's retail price. The rebate would drop to 10% the following year. 25% tariff on auto parts was set to go into place next month, and the Commerce official said the change will offset its impact. Yes, indeed, DJ. Bon appétit, as they say en français. We're just giving them a little chance because in some cases they can't get the parts fast enough, Trump said. So this is just a little transition. Trump slapped a 25% tariff on vehicle imports to the United States earlier this month. Automakers are also being hit with the 25% duties on aluminum and steel, as well as President's 10% universal tariffs and 145% levies on Chinese imports. Trump signed a second executive order Tuesday so that the companies paying the automobile tariffs won't see some other levies, including the ones on steel and aluminum, stacked on top of each other. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told a White House briefing earlier Tuesday that Trump is committed to bringing automobile manufacturing back to the United States. We want to give the automakers a path to that quickly, efficiently, and create as many jobs as possible, Bessent said. It's not immediately clear what the full impact of the change will be for Canada's auto industry, which received a partial carve-out from Trump's tariffs for vehicles compliant with the Canada-US-Mexico Agreement on Trade called CUSMA. Current duties only hit the value of the non-American parts of vehicles finished in Canada. Candace Lang, president and CEO of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, said the ongoing inconsistency of Trump's tariffs is driving away investment and business in Canada and the U.S. Only an end to tariffs will provide real relief, she said. North American auto workers, plants, and investors can't predict how the U.S. administration will wake up and feel on any given morning, Lang said in a statement. Business plans are delayed. Pricing pressure is rising. Bessent said Trump had meetings with domestic and foreign auto producers before making the changes. General Motors chair and CEO Mary Barra said the company appreciates the productive conversations with the president and his administration and looks forward to continuing to work together. We believe the president's leadership is helping level the playing field for companies like GM and allowing us to invest even more in the U.S. economy, Barra said in an emailed statement. 6 of the auto industry's largest lobbying groups sent a letter to the Trump administration last week urging tariff relief and warning of supply chain disruption and higher prices. The letter said most auto suppliers are not capitalized for an abrupt tariff-induced disruption. Many are already in distress and will face production stoppages, layoffs, and bankruptcy, said the letter, which was signed by the Alliance of Automotive Innovation, which represents every major automaker in the United States except Tesla. The announcement came as Trump was headed Tuesday to Michigan, the heart of America's automobile industry, for a rally to mark his administration's first 100 days. Hey, that's in James' neck of the woods. Old Michigan. The state is home to the Detroit 3, Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, now part of Stellantis, all of which has been pushing the president against tariffs that are upending the deeply integrated North American automobile industry. Matt Blunt, president of the American Automotive Policy Council, which represents the Big Three, said applying multiple tariffs to the same product was causing significant concern. Stellantis chairman John Elkman said the company appreciates the tariff relief. While we further assess the impact of the tariff policies on our North American operations, we look forward to our continued collaboration with the U.S. administration to strengthen a competitive American auto industry and stimulate exports. Trump has claimed Canada is taking American automobile jobs, but the two countries have been developing the industry in tandem since the early 1900s. Integration has deepened in the 1965 Auto Pact trade deal between Canada and the U.S. CUSMA, negotiated during the first Trump administration, increased protections for the automobile industry. Vehicles crossed the border multiple times before completion, and Trump's tariffs have led to confusion and concern on both sides of the Canada-U.S. border. Hey, what's up, Lucifer? How you doing, man? Nice to see you here on a Tuesday evening. Whether the U.S. administration likes it or not, we're in this together, and supply chains don't heal quickly once broken. Anderson Economic Group, a Michigan consulting firm, estimated earlier this month that an extra $5,000 U.S. could be added to the cost of the lowest tariffed American cars and up to $12,000 for the price of full-sized SUVs. Trump tariffs have since changed rapidly. We three amigos until more arrive. That's right. Who's going to be Steve Martin? May 1st. Well, economy shrunk 0.2% in February. StatCan estimates 1.5% annualized growth for the first quarter. Capital Power focused on closing a $3 billion U.S. power plant deal. Ooh, I'm interested in that. What is that all about? The chief executive of Capital Power Corp said a key focus in the months ahead will be digesting two soon-to-be-purchased U.S. natural gas power plants. The Edmonton-based power generator announced a $3 billion deal earlier this month to buy the Hummel Power Station in Pennsylvania and the Rolling Hills Station in Ohio. Both are owned by subsidiaries of LS Power Equity Advisors, and the purchase is expected to close in the third quarter. On a conference call Wednesday to discuss Capital Power's first quarter results, an analyst asked CEO Avik Dey whether more acquisitions are on the horizon. Companies got to watch out for acquisitions, though, because that can eat up, and if they're taking on a lot of debt, it can put them in trouble. So just buying other companies is sometimes not a good idea. We will continue looking at opportunities, Dey said, but make no mistake, the priority for this year will be to 1, close the transaction and to integrate these two assets in particular because we're in a new market. The acquisition gets Capital Power a foothold in what's known as the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland interconnection market, which it says is the largest and most attractive market in North America. On the call, Dey said natural gas generation has been growing in the United States for the past 25 years. Through 3 recessions, and despite a surge in renewable power for a decade, it has been the top source of U.S. power generation, he added. Amid considerable market turmoil, we have continued to invest in natural gas. Why? The answer is simple, Dey told investors. The demand growth potential we see is insensitive to economic and other forms of disruption. And it's better than solar and wind and all that kind of stuff. A significant driver of natural gas power demand has been data centers used in the burgeoning artificial intelligence space. As far as I'm concerned, they can get rid of these things. You don't need giant data centers for artificial intelligence, but they're probably not going to go anywhere. The massive operations require an immense amount of electricity to run and cool off computer servers. Alberta's technology minister has said the province hopes to see $100 billion worth of artificial intelligence data centers under construction in the next 5 years. Oh, $100 billion worth? That's just nuts. Capital Power said earlier this year that its recently retooled Genesee generating station southwest of Edmonton is well positioned to power such an operation. It now runs entirely on natural gas instead of coal, after a $1.6 billion multi-year project allowing it to boost capacity by around 60% while cutting greenhouse gas emissions by 40%. On Wednesday, Day said work continues to find potential data center partner for the Genesee site, and it has done detailed engineering to understand what may be needed. Earlier in the day, Capital Power said its profit and revenue fell during the first 3 months of 2025. Net income attributable to shareholders was $151 million during the quarter ending March 31st, or $1.03 per diluted share. That compared to a profit of $205 million, or $1.57 per diluted share during the same period a year ago. Revenues and other income for the quarter decreased to $988 million from $1.12 billion during the first quarter of 2024. Hey, Veritax, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Just looking over the news here, seeing what's going on. Ontario is investing $1 billion in skills development fund to support workers. Let's see what that's all about. Ontario government announced it's expanding its skill development fund by nearly $1 billion over the next 3 years. For a total of $2.5 billion, this funding will aim to help train and reskill Ontario workers, including those directly impacted by layoffs resulting from tariffs. We're already seeing the impact of President Trump's tariffs and the economic uncertainty he has created on Ontario workers, said Premier Doug Ford. My message to these workers and their families is clear. We'll always have your backs. This is the government talking. Like, this is the provincial government talking. That's you will not hear a bigger lie on this show than what this guy is saying. Well, let me say that again. We'll always have your backs. Today's announcement of a further $1 billion in SDF funding is just the latest step in our plan to protect Ontario by investing in workers and making sure they have the support they need to succeed no matter what comes our way. When it comes down to it, all he cares about is keeping his job. So he cares very little, if nothing, about the average person. To help Ontario workers gain and demand skills and practical hands-on experience, the government says it's expanding the Skills Development Fund by $955 million over 3 years, starting in 2025-26. And hey, look who it is. It's the Comic Relief Crusader. What's up, CRC? How's things down in your neck of the woods? This includes $705 million in new funding through the upcoming 2025 Ontario budget to train more workers through the SDF training stream, building on the additional $100 million announced in January 2025. These funds aim to support projects and help protect workers and jobs in industries expected to face pressures from U.S. tariffs, including manufacturing and healthcare. It's Genitals 3000. What's up? What's up, JT? They never do. That's right. You guys make sure you've got your you've got it set to live chat, and make sure that you're all caught up in the stream. Make sure there's no as little delay as possible. Cyclic redundancy check. Oh, clever, DJ. Yeah, you're a live CRC. Good. Hoping that you managed to land yourself another job. I know that's what we were talking about last week. Through the upcoming 2025 Ontario budget, the government announced it is also providing $150 million over 3 years, starting in 2025-26, to support increased demand in the SDF capital stream. This investment will help more organizations build, expand, and retrofit their training facilities to deliver better training programs and help more workers get better jobs and bigger paychecks. Ontario's prosperity is built with the hands of skilled workers, said Dave Piccini, Minister of Labour, Immigration, Training, and Skills Development. Through the Skills Development Fund, our government is making historic investments in the training schools and supports that workers need to succeed. Ontario's greatest competitive advantage is our highly skilled world-class workers. And today's investment strengthens their paychecks and ensures Ontario remains strong in the face of global uncertainty. According to the Ontario government, more than 500,000 workers are expected to be needed to fill job openings in skilled trades-related occupations in Ontario over the next decade. You're waiting on a call tomorrow here, and here's hoping. You bet, CRC. Right on, man. Yeah, Genitals has been around here before, DJ. He's busy though. He's a hard-working mechanic. And finally, Ontario government announces $1.3 billion expansion of manufacturing investment tax credit. That's enough of that. I'm not going to bother with that one. We'll move along to this article here from the CBC. The CBC is Canada's national broadcaster, so all across the country. I don't know if there's an equivalent in the U.S., but yeah, CBC. They are very left-leaning, bleeding heart liberal, and they push all sorts of garbage onto people, and I don't watch them. But hey, they've got an article here. Province now accepting applications for Alberta is calling moving bonus. You miss seeing genitals? Oh. The Alberta government is offering to cover moving costs for up to 2,000 skilled tradesmen who settled in the province last year as part of Alberta is Calling campaign. On Thursday, applications opened for a $5,000 moving bonus available to those who arrive between May 1st and December 31st, 2024. The first 2,000 applicants from a list of eligible occupations, including aircraft mechanics and construction laborers, will receive a one-time refundable tax credit. To qualify, applicants must be working full-time and be either a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. Well, look who's here. It's Aris. What's up, Aris? It's going well. I hope things are going well for you too. We're just going through this article here. You took your eldest son to your local workforce job office. He got signed up, resume set up, getting alerts, and learned about all kinds of programs, many of them in trades that he's eligible for. Hey, Veritax, great news. Right on, man. That is awesome news. Good on you. One of them was a summer camp where you can virtual or VR try out various trades. He said it sounded really cool. Well, good. Right on. I hope he does well in that Veritax, and make sure tell him to tune into Trades Talk as well. You know, I'd like to hear his story. What do we got here? The program falls short of what the United Conservative Party promised during the 2023 provincial election campaign. At that time, party leader Daniel Smith pledged $1,200 payment to healthcare and child workers, along with skilled tradesmen, under a $17 million program as part of the broader job and economic growth strategy. When announcing the program in March 2024, Alberta Jobs, Economy and Trade Minister Matt Jones defended the changes, saying the province talked to industry and did other due diligence before settling on parameters. Yeah, I'm sure you did. More than a year after the program was announced, the shortage of skilled trades workers in Alberta is still quite significant, according to Business Council of Alberta President Adam Legge. He added the problem could get worse over the coming years. It's going to. With 700,000 skilled trades retirements expected across Canada by 2028. That's a lot. Every one of my members that employs skilled trades is facing a shortage, and that is everything from aviation, needing aircraft mechanics, it's car dealerships, everything from carpenters, framers, plumbers, electricians, says Legge. I don't know of a single industry that is saying, hey, we're okay right now. That's all in an acute shortage, which is really increasing the competition to get some of these limited skilled trades talent. Incentive programs designed to attract more workers are effective, he added, but more are needed. He usually refrains from saying hi to Veritax so he doesn't feel obligated to say hi back. Yeah, he's going to say hi anyway. Thankfully, the trend is improving, but it's such a big undersupply that it will take some time, he said. We need a whole host of solutions for the problem. Data from Stats Canada suggests progress is occurring when it comes to the construction sector workforce. Alberta's construction job vacancy rate is 4.1% in the fourth quarter, down 1.4 percentage points. But Calgary Construction Association President Bill Black says a lack of workers is still affecting decisions in this sector. Well, yes. It's going to limit the amount of work you can commit to, because if you run out of labor, you can't perform, then you have a real problem. It may also increase the cost of labor because you may start seeing people poaching each other's workers. Yes. Black said the relocation bonus is a step in the right direction, but he's calling for more industry involvement in provincial decision-making and comprehensive strategy created to address the workforce shortages. Go to the schools, go to the high schools, go to the junior highs. Start doing that. In a statement, Jones said the province is expanding apprenticeship opportunities, fast-tracking foreign credential recognition, and investing in training grants for skilled workers. You got to be careful with those foreign credentials. A lot of them can be faked. I've seen it. I've worked right beside someone who has lied about their credentials. Companies have to really be cognizant of that. Alberta does not track the occupations of new residents, but overall the province added 168,000 residents for the first quarter of 2024 to the first quarter of 2025, according to StatsCan. So they're going to be having provide a moving bonus. Because every person wants to be a stupid TikToker. Yeah, CRC, yes. And what we need to do is get back to slapping the stupid out of them so that they don't do that. I think that would be a good idea. The VR thing does sound handy. We should leverage technology to make stuff easier to explore. We can, yep. But then they have to realize that it's when you get out there in the industry, it's not about putting a headset on. This one says, try a trade entices needed next generation. As shortages in skilled trades loom across various industries, try a trade in Lloydminster is giving young people a chance to discover a future career. Lloydminster's on the border between Alberta and Saskatchewan. It's a small town, and it's divided down the center, and one side is in Alberta and one side is in Saskatchewan. So really crazy. They built it right along the border. This is the year demand for the event is higher than ever. This year we have a higher number of students registered from across the area, and we've had a few exhibitors join us this year, said Dorothy Carson, Executive Director of the Lloydminster Construction Association and lead organizer for Try a Trade. Hey, what's up, Fabric? How you doing, man? You aren't getting stupid out of some of these people. Yeah, I agree that. Hit them as much as you want. You can't slap the stupid out of them. Students from around Lloydminster and beyond came into the city to try the various trades set up. Carson says it's important for kids to try various trades and perhaps find something they enjoy doing. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. We are focusing on providing the students with information regarding what trades are available and how to get into the trade, she said. Safety has also been a key focus this year. We're also promoting safety in the trades to make sure they're working safely. I mean, that should be, that's a no-brainer. That's your first chapter in any trade. The first chapter in your book is called safety. So, yeah, it's and if you're not safe out on the job site, you're going to get kicked off. They don't put up with a lot of that. Not anymore. Border towns have the cheapest clubs. You mean like the Beaver Hut? When it comes to how to address the shortage of skilled trades workers, it's not just recruitment. I think it's recruitment, but it's also promotion. Let the kids know there are a lot of trades. There's 51 trades they can look into, and maybe they can find something they like doing, she said. I know there's more than that, too. There's got to be over 100 trades. The shortage just isn't focused on one trade. It's affecting all of them. Try a Trade offered a variety of booths set up for people to test out various activities, from electrical to welding, There were machines and people around to walk those attending through guided displays. VR booths gave people a chance to try the select trade in the virtual setting. The work is ongoing, however, not just the event to build an interest in the trades. We worked with the school divisions. We're working with the school divisions on an honor the work program. We're basically getting the trades in grades 1 to 6 into the curriculum. Hey, that's great. Wow. They sure starting at a young time. Grades 1 to 6. Good on you guys. She had some final words for people looking to get into trade. They can start by talking to an employer, find out a little bit more about the trade, or talk to someone who's in the trade. That's who can tell you the most about it. And we got some pictures here. Learning how to operate a small backhoe. Just a small one, just a little bobcat, but that's good enough to start on. Oh, hammering nails in. Learning how to be a carpenter. Oh, there's the VR helmet. Looks like he's, if you can look on the screen, it looks like a fuse box. A bunch of circuit breakers in it. Might be doing some electrical work here. What if you told me Murphy was actually an optimist? Murphy and Darwin don't get you first. 6,000 volts forgives nothing. Yeah. Remember, it's not the voltage. It's the amperage. Oh, you told me about my podcast last year? Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Finally found a game where you can operate a backhoe. Hey, all right. Practicing something there. I'm not quite sure what he was doing. And then there. Oh, it looks like locksmithing. Yeah, there you go. That's a good job too. Usually pretty clean. Okay, and they got him tied off with his fall arrest on. Getting him to walk along girders, it looks like. Maybe an iron worker? Theory is, Murphy says, if you know it can happen, you can prepare for the possibility. True, yeah. You keep getting construction vehicles stuck in ditches. DJ, come on, man. Although I should tell you that today I did get the forklift stuck. But it's only because the soil was so soft. There was just nothing I could do. I had to get this guy with the skid steer to give me a push. But yeah, that was crazy. Hutton's corollary thus suggests that. Here tell they crucify carpenters. You'd rather be a bricklayer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Human Blaze the Cat? How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you around. You're just welcome in. Western's axiom says when it comes to software, if anything can happen, it will happen, and when it does, the impact will grossly outweigh any expectations beforehand. Oh, you're busy at work. What were you doing at work? What were you doing at work there, Human Blaze the Cat? Masons get stoned to death. Cowabunga, dude. All right. Next one is Benzinga. And it says India, so I'm guessing this is a article from India. You're late, busy with work and everything. Hey, man, that's okay. We don't judge. We don't judge whether you're first here or last year. We don't judge. I'm just happy to have you along. All right. Let's see what they got. NTPC and Oil and Natural Gas Corporation have come together to form a new company. ONGC and TPC, Green Private Limited, aimed at developing renewable energy projects. Wait a minute, is this the one I wanted? I thought there was something else here. I thought they had I thought I saw something about the trades here. And it was about a kid talking about the trades. Okay, just give me a second. I gotta find this because it was a kid. It was some young kid talking about the trades. In the words crushing cans and everything. Nice. The word renewable makes your teeth itch. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's that. There's sustainability. Huh? Or fossil fuels. That gets me. I tell you, it's or what's the other one? Carbon neutral. Hey, what's up, Godzilla? How you doing? Or carbon footprint. That's another one that just gets my hackles up, you know? I'm just checking for this one article. I thought it was going to be here. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, there it is. There we go. Yeah, no, it's low wages. A worker responds to whether the skilled labor shortage just because everyone was told to go to college. They have an outdoor lab at our community college where they teach cherry picker lift and power pole techniques. Don't know why. I never imagined that would be there. Oh, yeah. Nice. Stop. Was I getting too much for you, Fabric? You're just talking to yourself about the farce of sustainability in reference to energy. Yes. Yep. Don't forget, follow the science. Don't you believe in science? You better follow it. All right, this is the one I wanted here. For years, people have debated why there aren't enough skilled trade workers to fill in all the open trade jobs in the U.S. A Reddit thread this week on Our Jobs, I guess it depends on how much stock you put in Reddit, asked a simple question: is the skilled labor shortage because everyone was told to go to college? For me, in the year that I went to high school, I'm going to say yes. Everybody was told to go to university. That's what it was. In Canada, it's university. You go to university. Your favorite is the science is settled. Oh, man, that's cringeworthy. You are I am the science. The college push was real, but not the whole story. Plenty of commenters said yes, the college push was intense. One user recalled graduated high school in 2006. Anything outside of the college pipeline was painted as a bad idea to me. Trade work and apprentice programs were talked about as if they were slave labor or scams. Another said, as a 2007 graduate, all we were told in school was to go to college. The trades were not discussed at all. But that's just one part of the puzzle. Many pointed out that skilled labor jobs come with real downsides. Physically punishing work. Oh no, not physical labor. Oh no. Inconsistent hours. That's a lie. You're going to be full-time because the trades have a shortage. You're going to be working lots of hours. And the pay often doesn't reflect the toll it takes on your body. I mean, you're going to get paid a journeyman rate, but you're going to be an apprentice before that, so you're not going to get paid top rate. You have to put your time in. One user shared, worked in the trades for 5 years out of college, ruined my back and wrists, have a cushy office design job now. I will never go back. Yeah, whose fault is that for ruining your back? I've been in the trades for almost 30 years now, and my back is fine. You have to get help if you're lifting heavy stuff. You have to lift properly, and sometimes you have to know when to use the machinery to do the job for you. So just because you ruined your back, you know, you're going to be like, oh, no, that's terrible. No, that was your fault. Quoting Reddit is now considered a good enough source for journalism. Yeah, quoting Reddit. On a totally unrelated note, I spent the afternoon researching the difference between PEX A and PEX B hose and tooling fittings needed for repair. Hey, that sounds all right. I have to figure out that Viton A and Viton B. Viton B is better than Viton A for gaskets, for the chemicals I use, so I had to do that once in a while. But my gender studies. You might suggest inconsistent hours for experienced tradesmen might mean set your own hours. I don't know. Usually you can't set your own hours. You know, it's like, hey, we start at 7, you start at 7. They might be saying, like, if there's no work or something, if they start at 7 and they finish the job, maybe at construction I can see it where it's like, okay, well, we don't have a lot of work today, so you're only going to work 4 hours today. That might be it. Sitting in a damn office chair hunched over a desk and keyboard is worse when you're back than anything. Yes, Godzilla, you got to get up, move around, have a standing desk. Yeah, lift with a jack, not your back. That's right, Fabric. You got it. You decide when you take calls unless you're a plumber. Almost always an emergency when plumbing goes. Yes, yep. It's not an emergency until it is, and plumbers would know that. You know, everybody that calls in, oh, I need this done right now. Oh, it's terrible. So yeah, they usually try to get to you as quick as possible. Sometimes just can't. Depends on the application. Viton GLT is better than Viton A in all cases. Okay, I'll stop the elastomerism. That's okay. I appreciate your elastomerism. Jack's old block and tackle would like a word. Yes, the old block and tackle would like a word. Standing desk. Did you just call me a douche? No. I'm way more polite than that now. Can somebody get rid of that stream thing that came up? Streambo, Streambot, whatever it is. If you guys have a wrench. I don't have my YouTube chat up. All right, let's keep going here. You'll look 50 at 40. The most upvoted comment came from a user who said, people hear the just join a trade, you'll make 6 figures meme and don't realize your first few years you don't make much. The work is hard and the hours are brutal. They add, you'll look 50 at 40 and 75 at 55. Your knees, back, and hands will be a disaster by 50. Well, take it from me, guys. I just turned 52 yesterday, and I was told that I looked like I was in my mid-40s. Also, my hands are fine, my back is fine, my knees are fine. It's all in how much you're going to take care of yourself. That's what it boils down to. You know, if you're going to be like, oh, no, I'm going to kneel on this hard concrete, well, then your knees are going to get shot. But if you're investing in a pair of knee pads, your knees are going to last longer. You know, it's up to you to take care of yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Thanks, CRC. Appreciate it. I was wondering if I was going to do a birthday stream, but I was like, nah, it's all right. It's all good. But yes, this is BS. This whole you'll look 50 at 40. That is attributed a lot to genetics. The eye doctor was like, the biggest injury he sees from white-collar jobs is this neck issue from bad ergonomics. Oh, okay. Could imagine working inside. It'd drive you crazy. You're not the one to work inside, Fabric. You don't actually make much with most college degrees right away either. No. And they got to understand, you're starting out as an apprentice. You are going to earn 60% of what a journeyman makes. But every year you go to school, it'll increase by 10%. So it has to be explained to them like that. Oh, unless you graduate from elite schools with 4.0s, which most regular folks won't. If you invest in a good enough pair of knee pads, you too can be a successful politician. Yep. Yeah. You'll be in better shape from trades than white collar, especially with nutrition and lack. Yeah. You're Indian though. You look 39 until you're 70. After that, we all look 105. Hey, it's working out in the beating sun. I bet you that really takes its toll on you. The college degree comes with debt. Yes, Veritax, 100% it does. You can usually get through trade school without coming out with any debt on the other end. And them saying that your knees, back, and hands will be a disaster by 50. Nope, not true. Nope. They're spreading misinformation. Others echoed that. One said that the risk of injury is so much worse than an office job. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when, depending on the severity of your job and the carelessness of others around you. Okay, so this guy needs a slap. You'd have what are called job hazard assessments, and you do those before you do a job. You know, we get permits for things that we have to do. If we're doing a job, we get permits. We lock things out that need to be locked out. We relieve pressure on stuff that needs to be relieved. And then you go ahead and you do the job. The risk of injury is only if you're yourself doing something stupid or not planning the job out. So you do stupid things, you're going to pay for it with an injury. There's no two ways about it. Jobs you worked for have told you they won't hire 4.0s out of college. They're desk jockeys that won't get in their hands dirty. Yeah, right on, Godzillionaire. Right on, man. There's a company whose internal applicant requirements mentioned the things you talked about. They got pillarized for it? Pillared? I don't know what that word is. Veritax. Why are you on an India website? Keep your people in life fabric. This is just what I've heard, but this is from US Reddit. So this is just things that they've come up with, and now they're writing about it. So I'm interested to see what kind of BS is getting thrown around there. Once again, it is Reddit, so anybody that has a keyboard and half a functioning brain, I think, can use that. A recurring theme was that employers often blame a labor shortage when they just don't want to pay better. There is no skilled labor shortage, only an abundance of resume farming, one user wrote. Employers hold the power to frame the job market the way they see fit. I mean, just go to a different place and go to Indeed and look up a job and see what they're offering. You know, getting some spam from the quick kick side. Oh well, if it's on Reddit, please proceed. Casino, not curry. That's right. Yeah. Might as well have said Snopes. Okay, where are we here? Another added that their company laid off half the maintenance crew, kept production running with forced overtime, and then claimed they can't find any skilled labor. Once again, that's your own fault there. The company's fault. That's management. That's their fault. That's their idiocy. You lay off half the maintenance crew, and then if you force overtime, and then they're going to be like, well, we can't find... Yeah, that's because you're running your guys into the ground. So you deserve what you get. You get what you deserve there, company. As one bluntly put it, it's low wages, especially here in Oklahoma. The state is set up to protect business owners and to be able to take advantage of employees. I don't know, do I have any Oklahomans around? Can anybody verify this for me? I've actually been to Oklahoma once. I went to Tulsa for an anime convention of all things. But yes, I've been there. Training barriers and broken promises. Even those who try to get into trade say it's not that simple. One said they applied to a steam fitter apprenticeship but had to wait months just to get an interview. Well, that's because it wasn't just you. There was probably hundreds or thousands of people. Woe is me, you have to learn new things to make real money in any industry. This is true of the vast majority of jobs, frankly. College is not the end of education any more than trades training is. Yes, Veritax, you're always learning. Just always learning all the time. There's always new stuff. Why is boxing not big in India? Because every time they go to the corner, they open a new store. Thank you. Come again. You lived in Tulsa for a few years? Right on, Godzillionaire. The one thing I went, I think it was in August, and man, you're talking northern guy going into freaking 40 degrees Celsius weather. I'm melting. We were running from air conditioner to air conditioner, like from building to building, just trying to stay cool. It was crazy. Another mentioned, if you want to make real money in any industry, you have to continue learning new things. But no company out there is going to pay more than base for a worker who only has the basic training. Okay, I don't believe what this guy just wrote. Like, companies need you to have training, and the more you want to learn, the more valuable you're going to be to them. So I always tell you guys, and I have been telling you guys for the past 3 years or so, get as much training as you can. The most, whatever the company is willing to pay for, you take that. You know, oh, you want me to learn forklift? Boom, I'm learning forklift. You want me to learn loader? I'll learn loader. Boom. You know, fall arrest, you know, aerial platform. You know, you want me to take this and learn it? I'm going to learn it, because the more certificates you have for training, the more valuable you're going to be, the less likely you are going to be laid off. That's the thing. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. This guy's out to lunch. And while success stories do exist, they're the exception. One user warned that the high-paying union gigs are rare. Most people in the trades are making just above fast food wages. Once again, I call BS on that. That's a load of crap. At least here in Alberta, in Canada, you know, you're going to make good wages for a journeyman. You're going to be at least $30 an hour. And for some, you're going to be 40. Like, that's just not, and those are non-union wages. You know, obviously union wages are going to be more, but $30 an hour or $40 an hour is really good. So yeah, there's a lot of negative people, it seems, but then that should be expected from Reddit. The Wi-Fi near your toilet is hit or miss. A 10 square inch dead zone. Oh, DJ, don't drop the phone in. Horse hockey. This guy's a cipher. Horse hockey. As one puts it, college is now the be-all and end-all. Everyone is forced to take out six-figure student loans for a piece of paper that doesn't even guarantee them a job, much less success. So don't do it. Don't do it. Look for alternatives. My Reddit research told me this was true. Yeah, right. Don't worry about this kind of stuff. Like, anything these guys have said, we can shoot down easily. So don't listen to these guys on Reddit. There's stuff. Do your research yourself. Do your research yourself. Come to my podcast. Come to my my trades talks. We'll talk more, and I'll tell you what it's really like there. All right. Well, that's it for the articles. You know what it's time for now. Hey, it's picture time. It's picture time. Everybody likes pictures. And as usual, I tried to get the theme of what I was doing to match up with the title of the stream tonight. Pulling that wire. let's see here. We'll go like this. And like. Let me find, where is that? There it is. If this guy's their expert, you have no words. Yeah. I'm not an expert, but I just speak from experience is all. It's like if I wanted to know about vet stuff, I'm gonna ask Fabric. I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, I heard a few things. I'm gonna ask Fabric about veterinary stuff. If I want engineering stuff, I'm gonna ask Godzillionaire to talk. If I want to talk pumps, I'm gonna be like, hey Godzillionaire, what about this pump? You know, if I want tech news or if I want to talk about technical computer stuff, I'm gonna talk to DJ. The college part is BS2. You never got close to 6 figures and paid it off years ago. Oh, there you go. Yeah. See? That's the thing too. All right. Here, let's get to the picture though. It's right here. There we go. A little tough to see. Camera really didn't know what to focus on, but as you can see. Oh, okay, Aris. Thanks for coming hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. I hope to see you around soon. Have a good old time. Hey, guys, don't forget, please hit that like button. If you could, smash the like button, whatever you need to do on whatever platform you're watching me on. And like DJ says, tune into Aris later. Just one of you. I dare you. You would argue that life ends the day you stop learning. Yeah, that's right, Veritex. You are so right. And we could go off on a really big tangent as to like a classical education versus what we get now as an education. During the 1800s, they had classical education. They learned the trivium and the quadrivium. If you don't want to know what those are, you should look those up because the trivium is the basis for your understanding of learning and how to learn. Not teaching you just to memorize things, but actually how to learn and how you learn things, and makes it learning fun and want to learn more. But we sadly do not have classical education anymore, and it's to the detriment of everyone, because now you're just told that if you memorize things and can remember them on a test, you're smart. And really, that is not true at all. You've seen a lot of these people that that are successful and all that, and they're like, oh yeah, I quit high school, or I dropped out. I'm a high school dropout, college dropout, whatever. They dropped out and they were successful because they knew they were being programmed like robots. So that's what it is. Trivium is a pretty awesome rock band too. I did not know that, Godzilla. You worked through both uni and vet school and made enough to pay for school and live pretty well. Nice, Fabric. Yeah, you work 30-ish hours a week while a full-time student. That's rough. I did that too for a while. You see the snow is gone, the ground is firm, must be spring in Kazakhstan. It is. The grass is green finally. It is nice. Certs can only protect so far though. Some factories seem to make a pattern out of overproducing and then laying off at times during it. Yeah, that's their own, once again, that's their own damn fault. The management or the plant manager, whoever it is calling the shots, you know, that's their fault. Yeah, I'm giving out homework, CRC. That's $30 an hour Canadian. Yes, Veritex. Yeah. It's a word you heard from a guy at work. Trivium. I have a book on it. Let me grab it. It's right behind me. It's called The Trivium. It's the liberal arts of logic, grammar, and rhetoric. And it is by Sister Miriam Joseph. So if you look that up, you'll see. You'll find it, and I think it's an important read. I've got a quarter of the way through. But also look up classical education, because no one gets a classical education anymore, and that's unfortunate. He claims to have invented the modern IBM mainframe. Really? Have you Googled him, DJ? Like you can check this guy out. You might be able to find him if you know his name. You just Google him and see whether his credentials are right or whether he's just full of it. Problem is, plant managers don't know the trades they manage. Oh, once again, Fabric, you are right. You are right. They don't. Most of them, and a lot of companies will only hire a plant manager that has a engineer's ring. And we know how engineers are. They just think they're right all the time, and they don't ever listen to anybody. And so they make terrible plant managers. If you have a training, a lot of things may transfer to other jobs if you find yourself on the outs. Yes, Veritax, 100%. Somehow I manage a book by Michael Scott. Yeah, good old Dunder Mifflin. So there it is. This is a cable that snapped. And it's a support cable. It holds up this the rack that the hoses go to the rail cars. You can see the rail car here at the bottom, right? And I myself am in a I'm in a genie lift or an aerial platform in order to reach these. So here it is. It's broken. It probably broke because of fatigue. So that's fine. Okay. I tried to get another better shot of it here. You can see there's the wire going around the connecting link. It's crimped. And then it looks like it's just a couple of strands just pulled off. Engineers are scum. Boo, boo them. It's a nice, yes, that's a nice rack, eh? It's a loading rack. So, okay, so Pop gets told, hey, the support cable broke. We need to fix it. And of course, what's going through Pop's head? Why would I put back the same small diameter cable? This thing's like 3/32 of an inch, okay? 3/32. That's for what I see it's holding up. I think that cable is too small. So I'm like, you know what? I'm getting a 1/4-inch cable, and I'm getting cable clamps, and I'm getting new connecting links. So I'm going all out on this repair job. Only one cable broke, but I'm replacing them all because I don't want to be back here again. Broke because of fatigue. Me too, cable. Me too. You bet ice got that cable. Looks like expansion damage. It could be, Fabric. It could very well be. So, that's at the one end. And at the other end, you have the turnbuckle. I'm glad I'm here using freedom units. Hey, I go back and forth. It's all good. So, we got a turnbuckle, and there's, on the other end of it, you can see a thimble. I bought a thimble because this is the proper way for the cable to get wrapped, or to protect the cable. And a brand new connecting link. I got that as well. So you do that. There's what an old one looks like that's still connected. It's got, I took a little slack out of it because I didn't want it pulling on the pipe like it was. It wasn't attached to the frame, it was attached to the pipe. So I didn't think that was a good idea. That's what it looks like there. So this is you can see the lean in it too. It is leaning to the left because that's the broken one. You can zoom in here. There's the broken one. Up here there's the middle one. And like I say, I don't like it pulling on this pipe here. That's a bad idea. That's hydrogen sulfide in this line here. And it goes down to that hose and into the rail car. So I don't like that pulling on there. And then the other one is over here. It's still attached. And it's on the other side there. It's got that gangsta lean going. Yeah, that's right. So I'm like, okay. Right, you're in maintenance. how do you make, you want to, and something breaks, you're like, okay, well, how can I make this better? Or how can I make it so that this isn't going to break? So you should, when you're in maintenance, think like that. Not, okay, I'm just going to replace it for what was there. I'm going to make it better. And so you do. You do stuff like this. Let's put some pipe strain on purpose. Yeah, that's right. You end up doing stuff like this. Hey, James, how you doing, man? The only guy we're missing here is David Glenn, my favorite Minnesotan. So here it is, the new connecting link with a thimble, with the 1/4 inch now, so 250 thousandths of an inch thick diameter cable, with a proper cable clamp that is clamped properly. You always have this saddle here along the live end of the cable. The horseshoe end goes on the dead end of the cable. This is how you do it, and you do this at each end. So at the one end here, and at the other end where there is the turnbuckle. He'll return triumphantly, David Glenn. Yeah, we could hope so, eh? There it is. There's the other end. Connecting link going to the turnbuckle, which is backed out a lot so that you have a lot of adjustment and you can adjust the tension on there. Going to another thimble and the other cable and the cable clamp. You use one of those U-bolts to suspend some of your lights from the ceiling with a cable. You have a curved bit too, and a bag of them in your desk. There you go. This is how you maintenance yourself out of a job. You must have missed unit training. Do you know who's going to go up and look at this job, Godzilla? Nobody. Nobody looks at these. Nobody's going to even be like, unless I tell them, they don't even know I've done this job. Got some sand and easy bake oven and somehow it'll work. That's robust. Yeah, it is robust enough to laugh fabric. You got it. Like going from the 3/32 cable that was up there to this, I shouldn't have to touch this ever again. It won't wear through the cable thanks to the thimble. And it won't snap because of the tensile strength of the diameter of the cable. It's 1/4 inch thick cable. You're feeling okay? Some aches and pains? All right, James, that's good, man. We don't want you to be in pain. Here's a look at looking back where it's held in. As you can see, connecting link, cable clamp. Over on the other side, same thing. Connecting link, thimble, cable clamp, everything held in place. And the middle one, I had some slack on it because I don't like how it was pulling on that pipe. I don't know why they did it like that, but it doesn't have to worry. We don't have to worry about it anymore because these two cables can support that rack all day long. Not a problem. And there you go. There's this, the close one, and then there's the further one away. Same thing. Oops. There we go. Yeah, connecting link. Or actually connecting link to turnbuckle. And there we go. There's the thimble and the cable clamp. And we only need one cable clamp. I think it should be good enough. We shouldn't need two. And the cable's thick enough to hold against the ice damage. Yeah, 3/32 was retarded choice for that far. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I don't use electrical tape to tape the ends of the braided steel cable together. Is that just an OCD thing I have? You know, I thought about it, Godzillionaire. I thought about I should do something, or maybe tie wrap, right? Use a cable tie or something, but I'm like, I'm okay with it. It should be fine. Your niece was born maybe last week. So cute. Hey, congrats, James. Right on, man. Right on. A happy event. Chances are a crappy fix was implemented at some time, and since it didn't break, you get to perform the fixes later. That's usually how it goes with where I'm at. It's like my predecessors, you know, the guys that were before me, they just did it a certain way, and it lasted until I came around, and then all of a sudden, oh, now I have to do this. Okay. But there you go, guys. That is my fix of the week. Taking the small, decrepit cable. And we have 2 racks, so I did 4 of these big cables. Because it just makes sense. You're going to do one, do them all. It's like changing the lights in your car. The light bulbs. One's burnt out, you might as well do both. The other one's going to go. So just do both of them and have it done with it. First one, got 3 nephews already, adults. Oh, there you go. You obsess about having a current tetanus shot because you have an average 3 to 4 cuts from rusted metal on you at any given time. Ouch, Godzillionaire. Does that make you feel old? Yeah, with all the nieces and nephews. But yeah, this thing, you know, you really gotta, when you're in the maintenance field, it's always to your advantage to make things better rather than just doing it the same way. If you can, and you're allowed, obviously I had to ask my manager, like, hey, I'm going to need an aerial platform and I'm going to fix this, but I have to wait for the parts to arrive. And he was like, yep, go ahead, order the aerial platform and get your parts and do it when you're ready. And I'm like, okay. And I did. And as you can see the results, you go from tiny cable to something more robust, something that is going to hold up and you're not going to have to worry about it. It's got to be a puncture wood to contract tetanus. I don't know. Rusty nails, punctures, or cuts. Pretty much anything that breaks the skin, I would think. Just rub some rust on it. There we go, all better. Just wait till your nieces and nephews have kids. That'll make you feel, oh man, would it ever, eh? Yeah. All right. And if anybody's following hockey, nice to see that some of the Canadian teams have made it to the next round. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Some rust, grease, and floor dirt. I'm telling you, it'll be fine. Yeah, CRC. Safety first and haste makes waste. Yes. Sometimes you have to slow down to get things done properly. Otherwise, you'll be there again. And the thing is, you don't want to do the job over and over again. You want to do it, fix it once, fix it right the first time, and you won't have to come back again. That's the way I like to do things. First, do it right the first time. You don't want to have to come back to it. The Oilers, yeah, there you go, Fabric. Hey, taking on Vegas Golden Knights. And yes, grease will stop the bleeding, James. You bet it will. That's what they tell us in first aid. The one instructor I had for first aid was like, are you going to grab that dirty rag to stop the bleeding? You're damn right you are. You're going to grab anything you can to stop the bleeding. It doesn't matter if that's a freaking greasy, oily rag. Grab it. Wrap it around that cut. Stop the bleeding. Sometimes doing the job over and over again all pays the same. It does, but it also makes it so that you don't get to your other jobs that you have to do, Godzillionaire. Come on. There's other stuff to be done, and I can speak to the fact that if you keep going back to doing another job over and over again, the other ones will suffer. Let's put it that way. Well, all right. That's the pictures for the day there, everybody. I hope you enjoyed those. Yes, super glue on hand. It seals cuts quickly. Yeah. Loctite super bonder. That's another good stuff. I don't own the company as long as they pay me. That's why you're stuck behind a desk, Godzillionaire. All right, well, I'm going to wrap her up here, fellas. Could have a look at let's have a look at Kyoka for a while. She's all right. Make sure everybody's checking out your favorite waifu of the season. But yeah, thanks for coming out, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button and spread the word. Tell your friends. Let them know old Pop's here. You went to the first aid box holding a bad cut. It was a surprise when you let it go to grab some bandages. Just grabbed it again until I got stitches. Oh, that is a bad bleeder, that one. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I try not to get cut at work at all because, man, oh man, bleeding all over the place. There's other good channels, though, people I watch and enjoy, and I hope you do too. People like Pacific 4 and 4 and DJ Ronnie G, who's in the chat. There's Brandon the Anime Guy, whose show I'm going to be on tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I will be on with Brandon the Anime Guy, and we're going to be talking 1970s anime. So make sure you come on out for that. It should be a good time. Cuts actually right across the fingers on the prints. Oh, yikes! Yeah, I don't care for that at all. That's not good. Remember, guys, always wear your gloves. Make sure they're cut-proof gloves. Oh, and don't forget to tune in to Carl at the RNG Podcast or Tomby. He's the bloke from across the ocean in Britain. There's Angry Canadian, Nerdpora Lifeform. There's everyone's favorite Penguin Punkwaddle and Infinite Metal. He's on Kick and Twitch, and he is a great retro streamer. I have a really fun time watching Infinite Metal. And DJ Ronnie G will be hanging out at Ars's chat later. So tune in if you want to talk to more DJ Ronnie G. Your Navy corpsman said the stitches looked terrible. I didn't care. They worked. Yeah, what am I, a doctor? Huh? I'm doing this myself. Never made that mistake again. Attaboy. You can make a lot of mistakes, just not the same ones twice. Okay? That's the way I look at it. I don't make the same mistake twice, but I make a bunch of different ones. And as long as you learn from them. Okay, guys, coming up on Saturday, more retro game play with me there. Probably more platformers. I switched over from Donkey Kong to Mario on the DS, and that was pretty good. Very enjoyable. We'll see what else comes around if I'm going to switch it up to another platformer. And then on Sunday Anime Chat, the theme for May is 1960s anime. So if you want to come on out and see some 1960s anime shows that maybe you've never seen before, feel free, stop on by. We're going to go over a few. I sure do like them. They don't pull their punches. And it's all cell drawn. That's what I like about it. There's no CGI, no computers, no nothing. All hand drawn cells. And man, it's just nice. It's the heyday of animation. For Japan, it's like the beginning. But it's a good time. Yeah, some of it's black and white, but that's okay. That adds to the aesthetic, I think. Oh, it was the doctor who did the stitch. Okay. 1960s anime like One Piece? That started back then, right? Sure seems like it, doesn't it? Oh, there's some good stuff out there. I did I did two shows last week. One was called The Big X, and it was neat because it talked about those bad guys from World War II from Germany, and they were the main antagonists. And then there was Kimba the White Lion. So that was a good one. Like Robot Boy and Speed Racer even. Yeah, James. Yeah, Astro Boy. And or as known in Japan as Tetsuan Atom. And Speed Racer was called Mach Go Go Go. 1960 is the number One Piece episode. That's right. That's what it is. Damn it. I hope he finishes it before he either passes on or I do. I really want the... Now, what's going to come out? The end of One Piece or GTA 6? Do we know? Is One Piece going to end before GTA 6 gets released? That's the joke, right? That's the meme. Anyways, come and see me on Sunday for some 1960s anime. Should be a fun time. Hot take, live action Speed Racer movie really wasn't that bad. Do you actually like it? I heard it was okay too, yeah. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I would. I think Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner said it was good as well. So I trust his word. All right, then after Sunday is Tuesday, more Trades Talk Tuesday. I'll be here on your most industrial stream on a Tuesday night. So come on by and we can chat all things industrial. One Piece is going to be the friends we made along the way. You know that. No, Oda has said it's not. Oda does these things called SBSs, where he answers questions from fans, and he's like, no, it's not going to be the friends we made along the way. Also, he's also said that the Straw Hats will not date each other. Right? So Nami is not going to date Sanji or Zoro or anything like that, and Robin's not going to date Luffy. He said there's no dating in that pirate group. So I was like, good. At least he sets people straight. 60s hentai was hen roped. All right, guys. Well, it was a fun time tonight. I hope you guys had fun as well. It's always great to see everybody stopping by, and we get to have a good old time. After 1,000 episodes, what could the One Piece be worth the ride? I don't know. We're going to find out. It's about whether ES6 or the Sun goes Red Dwarf first, if even odds right now. GTA 6 has a 29-26 proposed release date, or 2026 release date, yeah. Lots of BDSM in the 60s. I guess so. I wouldn't know, Fabric. All right, guys. I'm heading off. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Make sure tune into Aris like DJ Ronnie G is. And I hope to see you guys on the weekend, on Saturday or Sunday. But until then, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.